What is a rational function? The rational functions is the functions that has a polynomial on the numerator, then you divide by a polynomial on the denominator. So you can write it like this. So you're going to have a polynomial we can call p of x, and so that is a rational functions. So these rational functions look like fractions that we learned before. Uh, we can call is people call fractions. You can call quotients. You can call deviations. Um, they similar. It's just how you move from one to another. So fractions, we talking about just number. Okay, like 3/4, 1/2. So we are using the same adding and subtractions concept from fractions into the rational. For example, this is how we add rational. So example 1, we have 7x plus 3 over x minus 4 plus 2x over x minus 4. So just to review, the p of x we call numerator, and the q of x, the one on the bottom, we call denominator. So if the denominator are the same, we want to keep it the same. So what we have learned before, so let me kind of show you what we learned before. Okay, so what we learned before with the fractions, if we have 3/4 plus, let's say, I just make something up. Okay, so let's say plus 5/4, 5/4. So when the denominator are the same, we're going to keep the denominator and then we add the two numerator. So that's going to, I keep wrote the wrong number here. So it'll be a/4, which is 2. So that's what we learned before. So we are using the same concept of fractions into the rational. So now look at example number 1. The denominator are the same. So the denominator gonna stay the same. So here we have x minus 4. Right now we just combine the numerator. So we have 7x plus, what's going on here? So we're going to keep simplifying this. So x/4 stay the same, x minus 4, and then 7x plus 2x. So those two, let me use the red marker so you can see those two have the same letter x, so they could combine into a 9x plus 3. So then we're done. Example number 2. Here we have 7x over x plus 1 plus, let's say, a 4x minus 7. So now we have two different denominator. So what we learned before? So what we learned before is if we have, two different denominator, we need to have a common denominator. So that's saying that you have to find the extra term that make the denominator the same first before you can combine the numerator. So for this, what we learned before is we're going to give the 3 over 4 y because 4 is the multiple of 2. So 4 is bigger than 2, and if we time 2 by a number, we will get the same denominator. So we're going to time, so we let me keep the same number first, and then we're going to multiply the bottom by 2. We're going to multiply the top by 2. Then this equal to 3 over 4 minus 10 over 4. Now the denominator are the same. We're going to keep one single denominator. So, by the way, is adding. We're not doing subtraction yet. So that's going to be 13 over 4. So another way we can do it, we're going to cross multiply it. Okay, so so that's we learned before. Okay, so now we're going to apply this. So the way we add the rational is we need to have the common denominator. They have to be the same. So let's start with rewrite this. Okay. Then we're going to multiply. Again, we're going to multiply the bottom. Let me give the space here. So we're going to fill in what we need to fill in. So we're going to multiply cross the denominator. Okay. So now I'm going to multiply with the denominator for the second rational number is x minus 7. So I would like to keep them in the bracket because so you won't get confused. But then we have to have the numerator exactly the same. We did not change anything. We just multiplied the extra rational x minus 7 on the numerator and x minus 7 on the denominator. If you cancel it, it's equal to 1. So our original equation is still the same. Now, I will do exactly the same with this rational, but again, we're going to cross the denominator term from each of the rational. So I would multiply this with x plus 1. Keep them in the bracket, and I multiply x plus 1 to the numerator. Now look at the denominator. They are exactly the same. They have x plus 1 times x minus 7. Exactly the same. That's what we want. So we're going to keep the denominator. So it's a little bit longer now because you have two groups. We're not going to multiply this out. Okay. So denominator, that's what we want. Keep it like that. So now on the numerator, we do have to simplify. So we're going to have 7x times x minus 7. We need to keep the terms, the denominator that we used to cross multiply in the bracket. Then we're going to keep the plus sign. It needs to be a little bit longer. We're going to have 4x plus 1. We're going to multiply this out. This is going to be a little bit long now. So I'm going to have 3x squared minus 49x plus 4x plus 4. So denominator always the same. We are not doing anything to it. It look good as it. So on the numerator, so again we trying to keep the highest degree from the highest to the lowest. So 7x squared negative 49x plus 4x is negative 45x plus 4. So now let's do an example. So let's say we have um, x plus 6 over x minus 2 minus 9 over x plus 4. So now we have a subtractions rational problem. So adding and subtracting concept very much are the same. You have to have common denominator. So here to find common denominator, we're gonna cross. So we're not really cross multiply, but we are cross multiplied in the same terms. So first I'm gonna keep the first rational number like this. I'm gonna multiply with the bottom of the other denominator from another rational. And then it's going to be x plus 4. So the black rational that I wrote here came from the original problem. And the red rational is the one that I multiply extra. So here you have the same denominator, common denominator. So now the common denominator is x plus 4, x minus 2. Now again, I make a little mistake here. It's a minus, not the plus. So make sure that you have to simplify the numerator after you multiplied it in. So make sure you understand how to multiply polynomial. We can use the boss method or we can use the distributive. So here I just gonna use the distributive to multiply this out. So I'm gonna have x squared plus 4x plus 6x plus 24. So that came from the first, so this is came from the whole thing here, came from the first group. And then I have to keep this going. Now be careful with the next one, okay? This is came from the first group when I multiplied it. Let's keep the minus sign for right now. And then let's keep the second group inside the bracket. So this is going to be 9x minus 18. So the reason I want to keep the second group inside the bracket because I want you to know there's a negative sign in front of the bracket. We have to distribute it, that negative sign, negative 1, or switching the sign of every term inside the group that behind the negative side. Okay, so let's continue on down here. So the denominator the same. Now let's simplify the first group. Have x squared plus 10x plus 24. So let's open this bracket out to see what we got. Okay, so we're going to have here is minus 9x plus 18. So now I'm going to open the bracket. Okay, so I'm going to open the bracket. So now here we have everything that we need to simplify or to combine. Again, the denominator need to stay the same as it. That's your common denominator. You don't want to touch it. So now x squared, that's the only one that we have. Now we have to combine this with this. Make sure you have that negative. We're going to have positive 1x. I can just write x, but I want to write 1x so you can see it. And now we need to combine this with this to get 24 plus 18 is 42. Then we finish. So that's how to add and subtract rational.